A military member tried to stop and talk to a recent detainee. But when he touched the politician, a tingle of pain went through his hand, as if he drug his foot over a rug on a windy day. This politician didn't even cast a glance at the service member as the military man pulled back in shock. But even if he had, it was the serviceman's fault, because no one is going to obstruct his destination today. So the journey continues as the groupings leave the protection of the Capitol Dome and enter the world of inclement weather. These politicians, though, are not wearing overcoats or sweaters, and the snowpacks running from the building to the street, which should stop any traveler without proper snow gear, suddenly surrenders its obstacle to their continued journey. The temporary trip through the snow seemed to witnesses like the men and women were hot knives cutting through butter. Cars without chains or snow tires suddenly appear at the curbs located at the bottom of the ascent. And these vehicles are being watched closely by the firemen, police, military, and other emergency units, because these vehicles have traversed a road where even their vehicles fail to go. What's weird, though, about the vehicles that have suddenly appeared is that the drivers' faces cannot be observed through the windshield, and even though law enforcement stands nearby and watches, no one makes an effort to interfere. No one gets out of the vehicles to open the doors for the political celebrities, so they had to open the doors themselves. But the bizarre doesn't end there, because it raises a question that the witnesses watching cannot answer, but would like to understand. How many people can get into one car? Because the groupings of ideologues numbered in the 20 pluses, but it illogically appeared that there was one entire ideologue crowded into one car. The only obvious answer to the grouping size to room to vehicle ratio is that the politicians left their oversized egos at home. But rest assured, their egos are not so far away that they can't be summoned back if the politicians need again to pretend they care for the little guy. And there are always a lot of little guys that believe the rhetoric, but never the hypocrisy. The onlookers watching the spectacle unfold try to lift up their cameras or camera phones to document the phenomenon, but they would not click. And even if the equipment was fully recharged this morning and not used, there was still not a bar of energy to be used. So for all intents and purposes, the transfer of the politicians from one location within their chambers across a stretch of snow to the vehicles intended to take them away will not be documented. The witnesses might see what happens, but no one else will be privy beyond the Capitol Dome. These politicians, though, are not worried about their future, because their education into D.C. also entitles them to participate in the 5% Club. This is the club that activates when the missiles are flying, where the catacombs in the earth open, and even if their own families can't reach them in time, they themselves will finish off their own lives rebuilding the world. What a life-saving bonus you can give to a politician. No negotiating for peace, because they will always have their own way out.